Be before you long, and I just had to hop out of bed. We just got back home, and I was giving my son some time to shower. You know how that water be. Everybody using it at one time. That hot water want to act up. But wanting to pop on here, and really the only reason why I'm popping on here, to be honest with you, is just consistency. Because a lot of times we set goals and we want to do certain things, and we make promises to ourselves about our hopes and our dreams and what we're trying to do, but then we fall off so quickly and we fail to be consistent. And so one of the things that I'm working on in my life is just reminding myself every day to be consistent, to show up when I don't feel like showing up, when I don't feel like doing this or doing that, to just be consistent and to go in spite of. And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that we all could have success, and we all could be blessed, and we all could have everything that our heart desires if we'll be willing to get out of our feelings and just do what needs to be done instead of what we want to do. And I think that's the hard part about life, is we focus so much on what we want to do and what we feel like doing and what's comfortable, and we lack the discipline to sacrifice and to go without sometimes. And that's what hinders us, and that's benefiting from each other. And even when we on top of each other and we do the same thing as somebody else, it's enough people to go around so that everybody can eat. But what breaks my heart is to see so many people in a rat race, and so many people on dead end jobs, and so many people just living and dying as a social security number, and never creating anything and leaving their mark on the world to let the world know that you were here, and leaving something for your children that they could look up to and aspire to. And our children should have more to look up to than just parents who were working their fingers to the bone on a dead end job and never had the hope, never had the faith, and never had the belief system to start something, anything, sell something, even if it's to one person, one client, one sale. You stepped out and you did something. The t-shirt line, the brownies, the hats, the shoes, the bracelets, the cleaning business, the daycare, the whatever it is, to create something to say, I was here, I dreamed, I dreamt, I hope, I believe, I worked, I pursued, I pressed forward. I wasn't just waiting on validation from other people, waiting on success to fall in my lap, waiting on somebody to rescue me, waiting on somebody to love me. But instead, I loved myself, I applied myself, and I did something with my 24 hours. I did something with my life. And I believe that's what we have to do as humans, because when you think about it, we are rats in a maze. We are doped up and drugged up with podcasts, reality TV, junk music, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We doped and drugged up, and we are rats in a maze, and we have no life, we have no purpose, and we're not working on our dreams. We're not building anything. I wish I could walk in there and get today my client seasons that she created. She in my year of coaching program, where I help my clients create something from their natural gifts. And then when it's up and the site is up, I promote it at no additional charge. And she created her company. She is a single woman. She got two grown kids. She done gone through a divorce, and she dreaming. She don't have business knowledge. She ain't never been an entrepreneur. She was a stay-at-home mom. She had a successful husband. He took a stupid pill. He divorced her, and now she took the money that she got, the money she done saved, the money, and she betting on herself. She investing in herself. And I'm gonna make sure she becomes successful. Y'all gonna see me promoting her product because of the faith that she had to step out and to create her seasoning line. And with no prior business knowledge, with no prior entrepreneurship knowledge. And that right there, that's life. That's life. It's like, do not. I lost my friend last week. He passed away. But and I had just recently met him in the workforce, working for his team. But he dreamed. He reached heights. He accomplished his goals. His brother played in the NBA, and he became a Division I head coach. And it's like he could have just lived off his brother. He could have just said, I ain't going to do nothing with my life. I'm just going to try to be my brother's manager. I'm going to be in my brother's shadow. But he went and he built his own life, built his own dream. Didn't play at the highest, biggest blue blood school in college, but still went on from playing college ball to being a top Division I coach, breaking records, setting records, living and believing. And that thing put life into perspective to me. And I was just listening to some voice notes that he had sent me in response to voice notes that I sent him. And just hearing his voice and just hearing the perseverance and the focus and the dedication. And it just reminded me of how we live like rats in a maze. And we don't do anything. And we afraid. And it bothers me. It upsets me when I have a blessing, like when I receive a blessing, and if I'm living in favor, and if I'm living in grace, and I'm living in opulence and open doors, and things are coming to fruition, and I'm like, Lord, I don't just want this for me. I want this for the people who support me. I want this for the people who listen to my videos. But the thing about it is, what the Lord reminded me is, he said, Tony, you're not afraid to do. You're not afraid to take action. It's been so many times in my life where I have invested our last dollar into a business venture. There has been times that I have sent our accounts into the negative to bet on myself, to invest in me. And look at how God has repaid. Look at what he has done. I went today and I gave a thing right here. Oh, look, we got a dummy on here. And then we got, Lord, thank you for letting me see the dummy. And we probably ain't got no moderators on here. You all we got. And somebody, and whoever that was, let's pray for them. Y'all, we go get the false prophet. It's sort of the false. You got 3 hours to live. You better read it when you finna die. Because I did this. They ain't see that fast enough. And this the thing. You got to look and you have to see. And when you see what the Lord can do, then you start to realize it's time for me to take action. I'm like, I don't want to be blessed and my neighbor not be blessed. And the Lord say, listen, everybody can sing 24 hours. Everybody have available to everybody. Everybody could invest in their business, invest in their purpose, invest in their goals and their dreams instead of going out to eat, instead of buying a new pair of shoes, instead of squandering money, instead of giving all their money away. Everybody could get out here and they could make something happen. I'm freezing because I'm on the regular phone. And then if somebody called me, it messed me up. I'm on a regular phone. I was on the regular phone service because I tried to get off the Wi-Fi because my son was on his video game. I didn't want to mess him up. Amanda Miller say no lagging on her end. Oh, it's lagging on her end. Hey, you got to listen back to it. It might not lag on the replay. And this the thing. It's like you have to take a chance on yourself. I done coached so many clients who they started their business in their kitchen and now doing millions in sales. I done had people come to me to write their book and they started their business with $300 and now doing millions in sales. They start with $300, create their hair cream or get their first product batch, and they show it on YouTube, they show it on Instagram, they show it on whatever social media. It catch fire, they sell out the trunk, they go door to door, they go salon to salon, and now done did millions in sales. You got to be willing to bet on you. We getting ready to go in 2025, and it's time to sit down, give your day's direction. Look at your tomorrow, give your tomorrow direction, and break your day down by the quarter hour or the half hour or by the hour. And when you sit down and you break your day down and you make sure every day that you feed your mind, you feed your spirit, you working on your dream, you investing in your dream, and you giving time to it, and you doing what you were put here to do. You using your natural gifts. Do not let up. If you know how to clean, like I'm not the world's greatest cleaner. I don't have a passion for dusting. I don't have a passion, but I got a client. She's not in my year coaching program. She in my monthly text coaching program, and she is Mexican, and so of a different experience, different nationality than me, you know, different background and upbringing, but she has a passion for cleaning. She grew up cleaning. So what we done did in the text, she did one-on-one sessions, and she does the text message program. We done built her business. She done started her LLC. She done got her logo. She done got her website. And now is the outreach to the banks and to all the local businesses. And guess what? She getting responses. They writing her back and saying, hey, we pay $150 a week or $150 or $200 a month. You know, you need to have an LLC and you need to have insurance. She worked in a dentist office, I think, as a dental assistant. And so she want to clean dentist offices. So she calling the dentist because she like to clean. And they hitting her back, telling her what she needs. She done went and got an insurance, went and got an LLC, went and got a website. So guess what? Before you know it, she finna have 10, 12 offices that she cleaning at $200 to $400 a month, and gonna be making $2,000 to $4,000 a month working for herself. When I leave my house and I drive out my neighborhood, I see 3, 4 different businesses of Hispanic women who can't even speak English, cleaning houses and making thousands of dollars a month. Them women could be sitting on their thumbs. They come from another country, have come to America, and say, this is something I know how to do. Instead of me begging for handouts, instead of me playing into the stereotype that y'all have put on me, and y'all keep talking about close the borders, because only thing coming over here is criminals. I'm passing by women and men leaving my neighborhood every day who was born in another country. Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and they in America, and they working. You have 10 people from another country go rob somebody's house, and now every person from another country is supposed to be a criminal. And these people coming over here, and everybody talking about, oh, they taking our jobs. Ain't nobody taking my job, because can't nobody do what I do. God gave me a fingerprint that you don't have. So I don't care what country you come from, you can't take my job, because you're not going to outwork me, because you can't do what I do. But Americans is lazy. And so every single day, Americans is broke, busted, and disgusted, and have a mouth full of excuses. And that's why Zig Ziglar said it was a study that showed that immigrants are 4 times more likely to become millionaires than natural born citizens. And the reason why, and he said the reason why is because they come with a dream, a vision, and a plan. So what we have to start doing is stop hating and worrying about a border being open and start getting a lesson. Start realizing that every family you meet almost from another country either own a business or have climbed the economic ladder by getting an education. When you talk to somebody from Nigeria, or you talk to somebody from one of these islands, what do they tell you? They tell you that they mama and daddy said they gotta be a doctor or a lawyer, and there is no other options. They gotta fight tooth and nail to go be a pro athlete. I know a pro athlete who make $20 million a year, and he is a Nigerian, and his daddy has not come to one of his games in his entire life because his daddy did not believe bouncing balls was a way to make a living. He wanted him to be a doctor or a lawyer. But guess what? Because of that education, he still is ingenuitive, creative, responsible. The boy ain't got now tattoo, now earring, like black Americans, making $20 million a year, got perseverance. So we got to start looking and learning. So I don't hate on people who they of another nationality, they parents or whoever. My parents was born in America. My grandparents was born in America. To my knowledge, my great-grandparents was born in America. I was born in America. But I ain't mad at somebody from another country who come over here. I get a lesson. I look at their work ethic. I'm like, how you came over here, discriminated against, hated on, talked about, they trying to build a wall on you, and you got a landscape company with $150,000 truck with a trailer, and you doing every lawn in this in my whole neighborhood, my whole street, and I'm sending you $160 every month, and you doing the bare minimum for my yard. So imagine the people who crazy about their manicuring of their yard probably paying $250 a month, and you got 20 of these yards, you making $5,000 a month, and you came from another country, and you done passed every American I know. See, we lazy, and we got to be real about it, and we got to stop making all these raggedy excuses and feeling sorry for ourselves and sitting there, I ain't got no, I can't get ahead, I ain't got no help, I need FEMA, I need the SBA, I need a PPP. No, use your gift. Use what you have, where you at, use your brain. It don't matter how tired you are from your job. When you come home and you tired from your job, you get you a notebook and you write whatever comes to your mind. Every business idea you have, write it down. You put it at the top of the paper. You draw a line down the middle of the paper. You write all the pros. You write all the cons. Then you choose the business that got the most pros, or the pros outweigh the cons. And then you create a strategy that makes sense to you. You don't have to pay anybody for the strategy. You use the strategy that makes sense to you. So if you know how to cook, if you know how to clean, if you know how to sing, if you know how to draw, if you know how to dance, if you know how to organize, whatever you know how to do, there is a business that can make you millions. I had a client, God rest her soul. She died in a car accident with another one of my clients who was an NBA player. She was a singer. She got on YouTube and just sang. She sang covers until her covers on YouTube got her a record deal with Pharrell as her producer. So you can't tell me. I talked to a gentleman who mow lawns. He started mowing people's lawn for free and filming the process. He got somebody filming him. He got a mic. He go up to the door. He knock on the door, and he say, "Hey, how are you? I see this yard. I see your yard is pretty grown up, pretty high. I was passing by. I'm such and such, the lawn mower guy, and I want to mow your lawn." They say, "Okay, well, go ahead, mow the lawn." So he get out there, he mows the lawn. He speed it up on the video, put it on the rabbit mode, so it move it up a little faster. He mow the lawn, he get a weed whacker, he do the weed. So now here it is, your uncle, your daddy, your brother got a lawn service, and they only making what they getting paid. You got a cell phone, and you on YouTube every day. Why don't you go out there with your brother, your uncle, your whoever, and you turn what they do into a YouTube channel? This man turned into a YouTube channel. I think he got hundreds of thousands of followers now. They put him on a call with me to talk to him about it and about his next steps and what he's gonna do with his brand, with his YouTube business. But this man making money. Man making thousands of dollars on top of what he doing as a blue collar worker. So we look at blue collar and we're like, okay, yeah, you maybe can make 6 figures or whatever doing landscaping, doing lawn care. But then boom, he stacked it. He stacked it and he made a YouTube channel. So now he's not just making money from cutting the lawns, he also making money, double money, because now he's getting paid from YouTube. When you're watching these videos, it's ASMR. You listening to that lawnmower, you listen to that, you could go to sleep to that. It's aesthetically pleasing. You seeing something go from ugly to beautiful. It's art. It's a masterpiece. So something that seems so mundane, so boring, so laborsome, he's made it into an art form with ASMR and created a YouTube channel and literally has hundreds of thousands of subscribers watching him mow lawns. Come on now. You got kids and you got a 13-year-old child who always on their phone. You come home because you don't have the budget to go out to Bonefish Grill and Panera Bread every night and Chick-fil-A. So you coming home and you cooking. There's a YouTuber that I watch where he lived in a regular house, regular stove, kitchen, stuff everywhere, but he liked to cook. Black guy in the South, probably Georgia, somewhere like that, Florida. He get in there and he show you, hey, today we finna make some mustard fried chicken. He set the camera up. Camera blurry. This man got 100,000 subscribers. Grill is regular. See, a lot of people feel like they got to have a Wolf appliance stove. They got to have marble countertops. I ain't finna show this. No, people actually like when you more relatable. Don't nobody want to see no gas oven, commercial oven with them little metal iron burners and the fire flame coming up and it's 10 feet wide and it got 15 burners on that. Don't nobody want to see that. You got too much money, man. We can't relate to you. We want to see you get in your regular kitchen with that regular stove that got a little bit of rust back there at the bite, and you cooking meals in 30 minutes for your kids. And we learning from your recipes. Guess what? We gonna make you a millionaire on YouTube. It's a young lady who is a millionaire now who wanted to get in shape. She got in her living room, turned the camera on, and showed her workouts. The lady got hundreds of thousands of dollars in investments, got millions of followers, working out in her living room. In her living room, working out. There are no excuses today. You have got to do more, and you have got to do better. You got to stop letting your job zap your energy. You got to work while you fatigued. You got to work while you tired. You see me here today, but I was working 40 hours a week. I worked 40 hours a week for the job, and I worked 40 hours a week for myself. I didn't even count the hours. I knew I worked 40 for the job. I didn't even count how many I worked for me. And now you see what I do today. I work 100% for me, and every idea I have, I start a business. Every idea I have, I create a business. I don't care if it don't make no money. I don't care. I want to see my vision come to fruition. If it don't make no money, okay, God bless. I'm going to the next idea. But I'm not finna go to the grave with a single idea in me. And every day I'm thinking about most stuff that I could do. And everybody like, oh, just do one thing, just do one thing. Yeah, you do one thing. But once you successful, you do what you want to do. Once you get some success in that one thing, do your second thing, do your third thing, do your fourth thing. Because you never know what else finna take off. And then you might be able to sell the whole portfolio. One business at a time, individual prices, but it's all getting sold. And see, this is what you got to realize. When you occupy your time, you're not going to be desperate for a relationship. When you living in your purpose, you're not going to be desperate for friendships. You're not going to be losing sleep over what your mama saying to you, what your cousin said to you, what your coworker said to you, because you focus on your dreams, you focus on your purpose. And so while you doing this, you working. And listen, you just putting one foot in front of the other. My dad was just telling me about a person he knows who they stepped out on their dream and they lost $50,000 trying to buy a food truck, and they got scammed. And now the man is working 18 hours a day. Guess what? He's Haitian. That's what I'm trying. He from another country. Work ethic. See, a lot of times, especially Black Americans, we got to be real. That slavery did a number, but you can't remain a slave. You free from physical slavery. Now you got to look yourself in the mirror and stop feeling sorry for yourself and ask yourself, now am I a mental slave? How did somebody come from Haiti or Jamaica or Guyana or wherever else and they got a business? And I was born here and been here all my life, and I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. And guess what? That family, that Haitian family that lost $50,000 trying to buy a food truck to get a leg up, to start their own business, that was not a loan from Kamala, what everybody keep talking about. That wasn't a loan. That was their hard-earned money. And now the man working 18 hours a day, him and his two family members, that they all three went in on that food truck to make back what they lost, and they finna go at it again. And guess what? They gonna be millionaires. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to stop making excuses. You got to get to work. You got to look around. You got to look at who out here doing the service jobs. Who is your handyman? Who is your lawn person? Who owned the mom and pop restaurant you get food from? What are they doing? How did they do it? How they built that? Where that come from? Where was the idea? And then what's your idea? And then you put one foot in front of the other. And I'm going to tell you how people shoot themselves in the foot. And I got to go at 30 minutes because I ain't had that much energy tonight. I just had to get on here for consistency to start the month off right way. I was in the bed. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I probably might be wrong for this. I'm in my drawers. That's how I literally rolled out the bed, grabbed this shirt. You know how they say business up top, party at the bottom? I'm in my drawers, man. But they fit like tights. They fit like workout tights. But I listen to be consistent. I say it's November 1st. Is it November 1st? It might be the second or third. It says November 1st. I got to get up and go to work. I can't even stand up on the camera. I got these drawers over. Kim Kardashian drawers, skims. She made them for the men now. She made them for the men. People gonna be clipping that. Told us he wear Kim Kardashian drawers. But listen, here go Kim. Boom. Took her booty out the air. Now this woman a billionaire. Had her booty tooted, getting flipped and tossed. Ray J had a meat leg on her. I never watched it, never Googled it. Heard T-Pain analyzing Ray J man parts. I was like, boy, T-Pain, you got to retire after that. Comment on the man parts. Kim Kardashian went from a sex tape to a beat now. The woman create draws now. Me and my wife wear them. They comfortable. But listen, ideal. Look at Gucci Mane wife, Keisha K.R. She used to follow me on Twitter, but then I might have was hating on Gucci Mane one time. She unfollowed me. But me now, selling a waist trainer. She didn't invent the waist trainer. She just put her brand on it. She didn't invent tummy cream, the fat burning cream. She just put her name on it. All the stuff come from China. It all come from Alibaba. These women, the black women millionaires that you see on Instagram, 9 out of 10 of them, all their products come from Alibaba, and all they did is put their name on it. And you sitting there, now it's some of them that's making their products by hand and then getting it formulated and all of that, like out their kitchen, like Carol's daughter and stuff like that, who sold for 300 and some million. But a lot of the products you buy, all you got to do is go to Alibaba and search hair grease, hair growth oil, waist trainer, socks, customized shoes, whatever it is, handbag, and put your brand on it. And then go to your church, and on y'all marketplace ministry day, because y'all, Jesus ain't coming in there to flip over tables no more. So when y'all do marketplace ministry, you take all your handbags or all your t-shirts that you got right off Alibaba, set them up at your booth, and sell them right there. Every seminar that come through your city, get a booth, sell your product. Stop being lazy. Stop wasting all your money on fast food. Stop sitting idle. Create your product. And if you don't know how to do it, reach out to me. I'm going to give you the blueprint. You ain't got to lose no money. You ain't got to lose a single dime. My clients that's in my year coaching program, the program costs $10K. But for the same program now, Myron Golden charged $1 million in real life. He charged $200,000 for you to come to him one day. And I guarantee you, he's not teaching you a single thing more than I'm going to teach you over 16 months for $10,000. He charged $200,000 for one day. I might start that scam to see if I could get somebody dumb enough to pay $200,000 to come talk to me. I went to an office today and I did a corporate talk to the office. And after that, you know, we was talking about it, and they said, listen, man, we want you to help us. We want to do this and that, do this and that. Man, I'm charging them people peanuts. Charging them peanuts. I talked to a guy after he in the same industry. He said, man, Tony, after I heard your talk today, man, you could be a sales coach. Like, you could be, man. He said, I talked to this sales guy. He charged me $14,000 to do a sales training with him. He said, but you did more for me today than he could do. I say, yeah, but I don't do stuff for the money. Yes, I get paid, but I don't charge a crazy price just because I could charge a crazy price. Because I'm working in my purpose. And because I got over 70 streams of income, meaning 70 products that's out there in the world, whether it's digital or physical. So I don't have to just bank on one thing. I'm going to put every single book in me out. I'm going to put every single course in me out. I'm going to put every single t-shirt in me out. Every single idea in me out. So now I could eat from 70 different products that's out on the market. So when one product is out of season, another product is prime time. And that's what you have to realize. You was not created to be broke. That's why you got a brain. When you think about how the brain works and how the brain heals the body and what the brain does, that's when you realize that if you are broke, it's your fault. because you're not using that big brain. The same brain in your head is the same brain that created the cell phone that we are on right now. The same brain in your head is the brain that created the YouTube that we are on right now. The same brain in your head is the same brain that created the paint that's on the wall, the logo that's on this wall, the light that's shining in my face, the case that this watch band is in, this Apple Watch band, the same brain that's in your head. So how are you allowing yourself to remain broke? The desk that this on, the tripod with Bluetooth on there was created by your brain. This here big tripod, all this here, this chair in front of me. See, understand that you have visions, you have dreams, you have gifts, you have talents, and you can be a millionaire. You don't have to keep sitting on your gifts. You sitting on your thumbs, twiddling instead of getting to work. Start with one product and get one customer. And that's the key to success. One product and one customer. And after you get one customer, get one more customer. And after you get that customer, get one more customer. You ain't got to have a vehicle because you could create online. So now you don't need no vehicle because you could order your products. The product come to you. You create the website, or you ain't got to create a website. You could go get on Etsy. You could sell it on eBay for free. And then all you got to do is have UPS will come pick it up from your front door. So the bracelets that you sitting and you making right there at the house, you sitting there, boom, you selling it. But guess what? The ideas that she's stealing from other people is better than the nothingness that we doing, because that's the marketplace. And there is nothing new under the sun. So really ain't nobody stole an idea, because any idea that you have, somebody else got the same idea. And if you won't let God use you to bring it to the market, he'll use somebody else. Because the world got to move forward. The world got to advance. So what you won't do, somebody else will. Every single idea you done had that you have slept on, like they say, ain't nothing coming to a sleeper but a dream. Every idea that you have had that you have slept on, a year or 2 years later, you saw it come to fruition. Do you know when I created my mentor.life that I did not know that BetterHelp.com had been in existence since 2012? I had no clue. I had no clue that I was late to the party. Do you know I had no clue that Talkspace.com was a thing? I had no clue. Do you know that my investor had no clue that Talkspace and BetterHelp existed? We was actually late to the party with my mentor.life, but guess what? My mentor.life still has earned hundreds of thousands of dollars, even though we was late to the party. It still has sustained itself. It was profitable after about 2 or 3 months, even though we was late to the party. See, you cannot keep procrastinating and keep waiting. You got to activate. You got to activate. And guess what? Anything you want to activate, it don't cost a bunch of money. If you getting crazy prices to activate what you trying to activate, you ain't talking to the right consultant. Because you come to me, I'm going to tell you how to start a business, and I can show you how to start a business for less than $1,000. Almost any business you want to start for less than $1,000. And every single vision that you have, there's a micro to the macro. So it don't matter if you want to own a whole neighborhood. You can start with arbitrage. So, and that arbitrage will get you to your second arbitrage property, to your second arbitrage property. And then before that, you're going to be able to buy your first single family home. And then after your second or third single family home, then you're going to be able to get your duplex. Then you're going to be able to get your quad. Then you're going to be able to get your 10-plex. Then your 16. Then your 24. Then your 48. And you started just by going to an Airbnb friendly apartment complex and renting it out and decorating it and listing on Airbnb. There is a micro to every macro. A lot of people shoot themselves in the foot by creating a vision that is a rocket ship and not understanding that you first can get paid 6 figures to do rocket science and use that 6 figures to build a network so that then you can create a company that's going to get sold for hundreds of millions or maybe even billions, like the young lady who created Canva. It's so many creative people who did not act on their dream. And that young lady was told that her vision for Canva was nothing and it wouldn't do nothing and not a thing that sold or worth $26 billion. Come on now. LinkedIn so trashy. You get on raggedy LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like Craigslist for corporate America. LinkedIn is like a cheap dating site for corporate America. I can't stand LinkedIn. I hate it. It is like I get so many messages from people with the worst sales copy, and it's like they trying to sleep with you on the first night. Hey, Tony, we do this right here. Let's get on a call and let's sign you up for this right here. Like, I don't know you. You don't even know nothing about my business. What is you trying to sell me? LinkedIn, $26 billion. And you know who is built by? Indians. It's not built by Americans because you could tell by the framing of it. You could tell by the wireframe. It's too complicated. Americans didn't build that because Americans simplify stuff and do minimalist. LinkedIn is too clunky and it got too much going on, so it lets you know the people who created it are geniuses. That's in India, not in America. Everybody who developing this right here, what we on right now, is from India and other countries, Slovakia, Turkey. America don't even have good coders, good software developers. They is trash, but they will charge you 10x. You could go to an American and they will quote you $250,000 for an app. You talk directly to the source in India, you get that same app for $5,000. These people that is selling these sites for $26 billion started with a $5,000 wireframe, $5,000 minimum viable product that they went to market with, and then they started raising funds because they daddy rich or they mama rich or their network is rich. They're in Silicon Valley. They is flushing money. I got a client who raised $50 million for her company and she no longer even in the company. She is done and moving on to her next venture. She exited. People dumped money into her company. But guess what? If I analyzed the company myself, it wouldn't have made as much sense to me as it made to the investors. So for something that I really could not see how it could genuinely earn a lot of money, still she raised, as a black female out of the South who is marginalized, discriminated against, raised $50 million. These people is flushing money down the toilet. If you take and you just invest in yourself a little bit. 2 young men came to me with a dating app and offered me equity in the app to promote the app. The app looked like your 6-year-old son developed it. When I looked at the app, I was like, is this a PowerPoint? This an app? Guess what? Them 2 young brothers within a year got acquired. They got acquired by a major dating app company. Acquired them, what you call acqui-hired. They acquired their company and hired them because they were black. And because they had thousands of black people on the app, which probably could have only been 5,000 or 10,000 people. But because they had something and they hadn't tapped into the black race, these people of other races wanted they out. And I don't know how much they got acquired for because they kept it disclosed. So that let me know they got acquired for $10 and a Starbucks vanilla latte. But it looked good in the article. And I said, man, I should have took that equity. These boys that got acquired, but I don't do dating apps. So I don't do stuff that's outside of my belief system. And I was in a partnership with Christian Mingle, and the projection showed that I would make $4 million a year. And then a young lady that was the assistant of one of my NBA clients, she said, oh, you about to do a deal with Christian Mingle? She was like, you know that a woman got killed on there from a man that she met on the app. I said, what? For real? I ain't know that. I sent an email to Christian Mingle. They had to develop my whole landing page, had to develop all the copy, had to do everything. I sent them an email say, unfortunately, I got to cancel the deal. Although I could use that $4 million a year from getting my audience to sign up on y'all's site, I got to cancel the deal because I ain't know a lady lost her life on y'all website. And this was 10 years ago. And so this the thing. I'm seeing how this stuff working, and it's money out here flowing. It's money out here flowing. I could probably raise millions of dollars for my mentor.life. I just ain't did it yet. And I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I will do it. Because I see my client out, they raise their money, they got to leave their company because the investors take it over. Because they will invest in your company and say, hey, thank you, great idea. Great idea. Good job, Mike Doherty. This was a great idea. We're going to take this on over for you now. We can run this because we educated and we business savvy. So it's like you create something that really means something to you. You might not want to raise capital and you get X'd out the company or you get taken off the board and moved out the way. But think about it. Now, my client finna raise more money for her next venture. And guess what? She's going to be able to do it. People are already signing up to put in money. Finna raise $1 million just out the gate. Boop, just like that. Woke up, finna raise $1 million. For another idea. Idea don't make sense to me. I don't know what she talk about. But guess what? She able to raise money because she took action. Out of the South. With no backing, not a whole bunch of support, no friends and family who could sign up and be a staff member. Listen, stop making excuses and start investing in yourself. The night we was out there to the game for Tatum. And my son, he was hungry, and he is a foodie. He don't like me to call him that, but he a foodie. He ordered some buffalo chicken French fries, some crab meat egg rolls, and a pulled pork mac and cheese sandwich. That food was so good. I say, so I'm leaving. I seen the brother, he outside. It's a black man. I say, bro, that food was so good. Where you from? That man from Toronto. This man is in America, and he from Toronto. Then came down here and got a food truck and booming. Food good. He said, yeah, me and my wife, we traditionally train chefs. And we was doing all these exquisite, all this right here chef stuff. And our people was not into it. They weren't rocking with it. They didn't like it. Like, no, bro. So they took their mind and they created creative. So tomorrow I'm going to get the jerk chicken mac and cheese grilled cheese sandwich. It's on toast bread. That toast bread got a little butter in there. That mac and cheese on there. Man, look here. Listen, this man eating. And then my son was like, I seen this on TikTok, Dad. Where it's the trending videos that be talking about when you try to support a black family's business and their prices are through the roof. And I like, yeah, we'll do you like that now. Yeah, can I get that plate of oxtail? Oh, that'll be $41. Huh? I ain't say that. I don't want the whole cow. I didn't want, I know you raising the cow. I didn't want the cow. I just said I want the oxtail. 41. And so you be like, see, this is why I got to go over here to Bill and get this dry Cuban sandwich, and he American. Because he's selling it for $6. I came over here to you, La Shadiqua Trasha, and I'm trying to support you. You selling me diabetes in a cup for $98. So this is the thing. Start your business, but don't be greedy. I'm about to change my prices on Tony Gas Academy. But when you go on there, I got courses that for $9.30. That other guys who look like me are selling the same courses with the same content for $3,500. Don't come and just don't start business and be greedy. Sell it for the bare minimum you can sell it to make you some profit, and just keep flipping. Have good service, good product, good whatever it is, and just keep flipping. Keep flipping. McDonald's ruled the world and started with dollar burgers. Dollar burgers. 79-cent burger. You go there and get full. Selling your poison, but they billionaires. So it's like, okay, you ain't got to sell poison, but whatever you sell. I remember I had family members who was unemployed. And people were like, yeah, why don't you go down and work at such and such? They paying $20 an hour. $20 an hour? And this is 1989 now. I can't tie my shoe for $20 an hour. I'm like, but you collecting food stamps? So you can't tie your shoe for $20 an hour, but we got this big block of government cheese in here with this peanut butter with all the oil in the top of it in this big old gallon jar. We can't even swallow this peanut butter. I'm trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The peanut butter don't even spread. And then what is we supposed to do with this block of cheese? This thing don't even melt when we put it in the pan, Grandma. Why don't your children go get a job, Grandma? So when I come over here to spend the night, I could actually eat something other than this big block of cheese and this hard peanut butter and jelly. And you got all your grown children living in here talking about they can't tie their shoe for $20 an hour. And see, that's how we do. We'll shoot ourselves in the foot. I remember watching a TV show. Unfortunately, they had the black woman and the black man on there. And they put them in the little housing, the homeless houses. Homeless houses looked better than my house. I was like, well, dog. I said, baby, we finna go get out of this house and go get up under this tree where they at so we get one of these nice behind apartment they just gave them. And so they came to the lady, they say, yeah, okay, we have a job for you. You know, you're going to be making minimum wage. You're going to be making a few $100s a week. And, you know, we want to get you this job. The sister said, I can't work because I'm going to lose my $75 a month. I'm not finna work and lose my check. I get $75 a week. It was a week or a month. And I was like, huh? Did I hear what I just thought I heard? Did she say she not finna get a job because she don't want to lose her $75 check? This was a real show. Guess what? She was homeless to hopeful and had her apartment with her boyfriend who was homeless too. And it was like they was happy to be homeless. They were like, oh, this is nice. Oh, we gonna get us a folding chair when our check come in. And they were like, we got jobs for y'all now. And they were like, we're not gonna lose our check. We get $75. I said, wow. But then when I started to realize it's a lot of us with that same spirit, with that same homeless spirit, but working in corporate America with a homeless spirit, scared to bet on ourselves, scared to believe in ourselves, scared to walk by faith, scared to create anything, and then just want to create things for status and for name. It's like, okay, it's great. You want to be an author? Great. Guess what? Books don't make any money. That is purpose. You're doing that for your purpose. All right. Now that you got your purpose out the way, and now now you are an author. Congratulations. All right. Now let's do something that's gonna feed these babies. Now let's do something that's gonna feed these babies. Because congratulations. Now it's time to make some money. What you finna do? What are you finna create now? Don't let nobody lie to you and make you think all they did to become a millionaire was sell books. The lady for Harry Potter, but that's a master of grammar and punctuation and linguistics and storytelling. That ain't, and she got turned down by 100 publishers before she got a deal. A lot of us, we can't persevere through rejection 2 times. We get rejected 2 times, we hanging up the towel. But guess what? Some people have a certain advantage because if they come from money, if they come from opulence, if they come from not needing money, they got family support, they go through all the rejection in the world because it don't matter. They just chasing a dream. They just living their purpose. But when you got bills to pay, you can live your purpose, but you still have to be strategic. You still got to be bold, and you still got to walk by faith, and you got to create. You got to create, and you can't stop creating. And you can't just listen to just any and everybody. You can't listen to any and everybody. And once you listen to any and everybody, and here go Joe Sheen, and guess what? I'm a millionaire. Talk like your niece, and I'm a millionaire. So let me ask you this. Why are you broke and in the comments hating and talk better than me? You talk better than me, and it's dumb. You talk better than me and is broke, busted, and disgusted. You talk better than me, but you on my live comment because you hating, because you broke, busted, and disgusted without a hope or a dream, a pot to pee in, or a window to throw it out of. You tore up from the floor up, look like a hamburger meat, slop toe, bottom soleless shoe, walla wop head, and you on here hating because I talk like your niece and could buy your birthright. Woo! Well, look at her. See, that's the thing. It's like that ought to show you how easy it is when you believe in yourself. When you're willing to bet on yourself, when you're willing to love yourself, when you're willing to do what you call to do, you could eat. You could eat. The Lord blessed me this year. We done went through 10 months. And what I share, I don't share what I share to brag. I share what I share to let you know. If the Lord could bless me to cross $1 million in earning in the first 10 months of the year, without a college degree, without begging. When you look on here right here, you don't see my Cash App on here. You don't see me taking up donations. I ain't even sold you nothing. No college degree, no team, no assistant, no staff. Have virtual assistants, but guess what? Can't nothing come to you from a virtual assistant until I approve it. So therefore, when you get a response, whether you like it or not, it was approved by me. And that's why it takes sometimes 1-2 weeks before you get a response, because I'm not worried about efficiency. I'm worried about effectiveness. I'm worried about being thorough. I don't care about having a business that's way, way, way bigger than me to where I got to hire 50 staff and delegate my destiny. I don't delegate my destiny. I do what the Lord put me here to do. And when I can't do it, it ain't meant to be done. Because it ain't about me enterprising and building this major, major, major company. It's about me living my God-given purpose. And see, you can live your God-given purpose and be a solo entrepreneur and still earn $1 million plus a year. And I can tell you that because I done it as a solo entrepreneur. I had a client today who was bragging about having 47 employees. Guess what? If the economy changed and she can't make no money, that's 47 people who depending on her for a paycheck that got to get fired. If a pandemic happened and people can't come in to no office, that's 47 people that can't get a check. I work alone. Don't nobody depend on me. Anybody who work with me, you an independent consultant and you can't depend on me. You got to go get other clients because ain't nobody depending on me but my wife and my children. and the family I take care of. And that's what you got to realize and understand. So see, this is the thing. And so this what you have to realize is you got to take and see that if I could do it, po dumb and country, if I could do it po dumb and country, the way I got linguistic doctorate degree, I have clients who are doctors. I'm going to repeat what I just said. I have clients who are doctors. I have clients who are surgeons, not just doctors now, but surgeons. Clients who got doctorate degrees and clients who are medical doctors. OBGYNs, gastro surgeons, heart surgeons, eye surgeons, family medicine. A podemic country black man with no education, but a love for Jesus Christ and a purpose. And look what God done did. There are no excuses. There are no excuses. You have to believe in he who has called you. Believe in he who has called you. Believe in he who has sent you. And you got to step out and you got to do what you've been called to do. I have a client. She don't say nothing on here. She texted me today. She is a doctor of psychiatry or something like that. Could write prescriptions. And she is in my year of coaching program. And she is activating business that I instructed her to activate. And I gave her the blueprint to do. And guess what? Within a few months or less, she got her first celebrity client. Based on the instructions that a podemic country nobody from Arbondale, Florida gave her. And see, sometimes people get mad. Tony, don't say that about yourself. Don't call yourself podemic country. But see, when you know the power of the God that you serve, you don't mind being a nothing. You don't mind being a nobody. Like the song say, I'm a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who could save anybody. You don't mind being a nobody because you know you somebody in Christ. And if God could do this for a nobody, that means he could do it for anybody who willing to be obedient and okay being somebody when he touch, when he call you, when he use you. And see, this is the thing. You got to realize this. You got to realize this, and you got to get your life together. And shout out to my moderators on here now. And we this right here open tonight for all, and see all the people with the spirit a little ugly. With the spirit a little ugly, and they that who don't normally get to come on here, they like, oh man, I get to come over here and comment. But guess what? They over here listening on a Friday night. They over here with us trying to ease in and get a little growth. So this is what you got to understand. Realize that your purpose is not dead. That if you under the sound of my voice tonight, you are called, you are chosen, and you've been set apart. Because nothing happens by coincidence. It's evidence that he sits high and he looks low. And so, yes, you can take and use your grace and your favor, your wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding. You can use that and you can create. And you could be effective in the marketplace. And you don't have to, you ain't got to scam people. You ain't got to sell scripture. You ain't got to repackage the Bible and sell it. You ain't got to do none of that. You can be inspired by your belief system, your faith, and use your gift to create a living. Now I'm supposed to come on here 30 minutes. I said I was going to be over here 30 minutes, and the spirit went flowing, but I'm going to get off the hill because I'm going to be honest with you. I like talking to my wife. I love sitting in the bed just talking to my wife, listening to her talk. Sometimes I might be reading something or doing something, but just hearing her voice and just being in her presence, I just love that. And I've been married 17 years. And I'm gonna tell y'all before I go what's the secret to me being so excited every day to come home to my wife. The secret is I'm 100% faithful. When you are dedicated fully to your spouse and you are doing everything in your power and with the power of he who strengthens you to be emotionally intelligent, to be caring, to be loving, to be thoughtful, to be considerate, to be attentive, when you are doing everything in your power to do that right there, and you being 100% faithful, marriage is the most beautiful thing that you will have on the face of this earth. And that's why that short that I had go viral, that it was so many men in the comments hating because they wanted the woman to be the problem. And when I said, if you a man and you miserable in your marriage, answer these questions. And I listed out a bunch of vices and distractions that we as men get into. And that steals the joy from our relationship. And we don't realize that it's what we drinking or what we smoking or what we eating or what we watching or what we doing or where we going or who we hanging with or who we cheating with, who we talking to, that's stealing the joy from our relationship. And when you love and you intentional in the time that you get together, then your woman is okay for you to grind. Because when you with her, it's her time. And when it's outside of her, it's your grind. And she supports you and she encourages you and she pushes you. So what I've been doing, and I say, Lord, as long as you bless me with the funds, I'm going to do this. And if I forget on Monday, I'll call on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But what I've been doing, and this for the husbands, even for the boyfriends, every week I've been doing something to show my wife that I love her. If it's something I could physically do with my hands, if it's something I could say out my mouth, all that is every day. I just was massaging her shoulders a little bit ago, and she had a deep tissue massage today at the spa. But it hurt your shoulders a little bit. So she was asking, can I press it a little bit, release a little bit of that burning sensation from how deep they went on. And I've been doing it every week now for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And every time I call to book the reservation, it's a woman on the line. And she say, are we celebrating anything? And I said, no. Is it a birthday? I said, no, it's not a birthday. Is it anniversary? I said, no. She said, are y'all staying at the hotel? I said, no. She said, oh, just local, just going? I said, yeah, I'm sending my wife for a weekly massage. Okay, 50-minute deep tissue massage. That's $210. I said, okay, all right, thank you. And it ain't that I want to spend that. And I ain't bragging about that. It hurt. I feel it. But if the Lord bless me with it, and he say, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church, I'm the church. So if Christ loved me enough to bless me on that level, then I got to be a blessing to my wife. And that's what has changed my life. A lot of guys come to me and they be like, man, what's the secret to your joy? What's the secret to your wisdom? What's the secret? How can you talk for an hour and 10 minutes and every other man who get on live, they got to be reviewing somebody else's content. They got to be showing video clips. They got to be interviewing somebody. How do you get on here and just talk to the camera? Where do you get that wisdom from? God. My dedication, my sacrifice, my consecration to the Holy Spirit. So that I don't have to do reactionary videos to have content. Not knocking those guys. But it's levels to this. When you tap all the way in with the Lord, he's going to give you a word that is tapped in with your DNA, with your mess to your message. See, Saul had a mess Paul had a message. And what you got to realize is only Saul could become Paul and carry that message because of his story for God's glory. And so when people say, oh, and I was reading today in Romans, it says some people are gifted with prophecy. Some people gifted with teaching. Some people gifted with giving. And if you gifted with giving, give cheerfully. And it says if you gifted with teaching, then teach. My gift is teaching. And I realized that when God showed me that I don't need note cards to give a coherent message, even with a country accent. And what a lot of y'all don't realize is I could try to change my voice and try to talk proper, but I actually talk more country on purpose because it take less brain power. It take less thinking. I just could talk because you still understand what I'm saying and you still gonna get the message. And some people gonna look down on me and judge me, but like the dummy we had in here, but he broke, busted, and disgusted on our live. So go figure. And he was so offended by my success and by my elevation that he had to get in the comments and, hey, go figure. Like, really think about that. And so some people will think that, oh, that bothered me. No, it don't bother me at all. I actually feel bad for him. Because I'm like, man, you could be living your purpose. Man, you could be a millionaire too. Man, you could have 3.5 million supporters online too. You could be telling the blessings of God and have people accusing you of bragging because your life and your truth sound like you bragging. You can have that too. But you hating because you jealous because you don't know Christ. Because somebody who know Christ will never do that. But see, you don't know Christ. So see, I don't want to give people wisdom from me. I don't want to give people strategy from me. I want everybody to understand that everything I got come from the God I serve. Jesus Christ, his Father, and I'm inhabited by the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, and it's real. And if you don't believe it's real, just take a look at the fruit. Because if it was not God, then every man who looked like me would be teaching just like me, would be living just like me. But for those of us who elevate to another level in Christ, it is because of obedience and sacrifice with his grace and mercy. See, the grace and mercy is still there, but your faith without works is dead. You still have to work. Your work is what activates the faith. You can't just say, oh, I believe, but then you sit on your behind. You got to cast the net on the right side of the boat so that the Lord can deliver the catch. You can't just get in the boat. Because if all he wanted you to do is get in the boat, he would have just had the fish all jump into the boat. But you got to have a net and you got to cast it. And not only do you have to have a net and you got to cast it, in order to do that, you got to be obedient. You got to stop arguing with what he's telling you to do, and you got to be obedient. Hey, God bless you for that super chat. Somebody sent a super chat. I ain't even see it. God bless you. And this is what I want you to realize. And see, sometimes when I get in here and I get the teaching, man, I can't even hardly stop. Because the Holy Spirit go to Florida. And this thing here, and see, so what we going to do, I'm going to find the time, but I might have to wait till after April of 2025. And I want y'all to get ready. Start putting your little something to the side, because we're going to have us a conference. It's going to be a whole day conference. Now, I don't know if they fed y'all at Acts 2:42. We're not naming it after a Bible scripture, because we're not finna sell the Bible. But we're going to have some food in there now. Lord willing, we're going to have some food. I might get 10 catering companies to come and volunteer cater, to sow a seed. But you're going to be able to eat now. And we just, all day long, we going to talk about everything. The 3 B's, brains, brand, body, life, love, and business. Woo! I'm going to tell you one thing now, your booty going to be hurting because you finna be in that chair unless you want to stand up. Bring you a cushion. And then, yeah, it's gonna cost too. I'm not finna let Acts 2:42 sell the Bible. And then I go out here not repurposing the Bible to sell it, and then I'm out there for free. No, it's gonna be a price on it. But we gonna learn things. Not discipleship, you learn that in the Bible. We gonna learn outside of when we go into this world, life, love, and business, we gonna learn that. Cause you read your Bible and get everything God got for you. I ain't got to package that and sell that to you. What I'm going to give you is the unique wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that God has given me from my mess to my message, from my story for his glory. Well, see, we ain't going to repackage the Bible and sell it. And I'm saying this, and Lord will help me to do it. Because I was talking to one of my coaches she's an event planner now. And every time I talk to an event planner, and I want to apologize to the event planners. Every time I talk to an event planner and I say I'm finna do an event, I change my mind in a week. And I'm going to tell y'all transparently why I changed my mind, because I don't like being in person with all them spirits. I just do not like being around all them spirits. I used to enjoy it because my spirit was in a different place. But when my spirit went to a higher level of righteousness, I do not like being around spirits. And to be honest with you, and when I do the seminar, I probably don't think I'm going to meet anybody. Because I don't want to be idolized. I don't want to be like somebody, like you need a picture with me or you need an autograph. And I done all of that. But I want to move away from that because I don't want it to be about me. I don't want to be a celebrity. I want it to be about what God has put in you, in your purpose, for that to be ignited. And if you feel like you got to touch me, you need to pray. If you feel like you got to hug me, you need to pray. If you feel like you got to thank me, you need to pray to remove idolatry from your spirit, because I am nobody. I am no different than you. See, when my spirit was in a different place, I used to like that attention. I used to love, I stand up there, I'll take all the pictures. But when my spirit went to another place, it made me cringe when somebody praised me. And I keep saying this on videos, and every single woman get on the phone and say, I know you say you don't like praise, but I just want to, I'm like, Lord, get your daughter. Like, help her understand that when I say that, I'm not saying that trying to be fake humble. I really mean it. I don't want no praise from nobody but Cherie Gaskins. And if you want to praise the Gaskins, then put some food on the table. Them words that don't edify me. If you do that, I don't want to hear that. Tell the Lord thank you. I'm tired of repeating myself. But I can't say it on the call because then it'll make the whole rest of the call awkward. But I'm like, Lord, can you get your daughter to listen? I said I do not want praise. When you get on the phone with me, hey, Tony, how you doing? Okay, how does the call run? All right, thank you. I'm going to run the call. I got a few questions for you. Then I'm going to turn it over to you, and you tell me what brings you my way. We don't need no formality. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being a blessing. Tell God thank you. That is the problem with Christians today, is Christians want to be celebrities. Christians want to be famous. Christians want to charge for meet and greets. It is not about us. We are the messenger. We cannot get in the face of God. You got to go to God. Especially when you are of the opposite sex of the person you listening to, and the person you listening to is married. We got to get told, stepped on. It's time to do better. Idolatry is for sinners. Worshiping man for what he says and for what he does is for Satan worshipers. That is not for the body of Christ. You're not supposed to feel no way about your pastor, about your life coach. You're supposed to be praising God. And you're supposed to say, Lord, thank you for your son. and his obedience. Lord, thank you for consecrating his heart or her heart. Lord, thank you for using him or her. Lord, thank you. And then let the Lord tell you what you need to do if you trying to show some thanks. Because what the Lord gonna tell you, it ain't gonna be nothing that have to do with idolatry. He might tell you, well, learn how to do the same thing. Take your life coach certification, or take the entrepreneurship with purpose. Like, you become activated in the body too. Don't just sit and watch. Activate. Do something. Touch somebody's life. If it's just one person that you just say, I'm going to be a blessing to this person. I'm going to take care of their food, or I'm going to take care of their clothes, or I'm going to take care of their rent. I'm going to do something. I'm going to be an extension of Christ, so that people know. And so when I'm dealing with people, I'm doing corporate coaching, and I'm coaching these individuals, and they paying me 1% of what other people in the industry who not even doing as good of a job charging. That's how I show them Christ. That's how I show them that there's a difference between people who truly work for the Lord with a sense of purpose and people who are money hungry and greedy and they worship money. And we got to get the difference. But hey, my phone just went to 10%, so it's about to cut out on me. So let me go and get on off of here. And listen, everything I say out my mouth, I mean it. Don't ever think this or this right here some kind of reverse psychology and this kind of some kind of plan. And being that y'all bless the YouTube channel, I'm gonna find me a venue. And so if your city got a theater, no, I don't know if I use no theater, unless it got the little thing that fold over where you could write on it. Because I need you to be able to write. And maybe you could write in your lap. Really don't like hotels. I don't want to use a church because I don't like turning the Lord's house into a marketplace. So it probably going to have to be a theater, like where plays and stuff happen. And we're just going to figure out how to write in your lap. But if you got you a nice theater, or if you know somebody that work at the theater, it don't matter what city in America it is. You're going to have to drive to it. Or if I find one in my area, it doesn't theater be having spirits in them, because they be doing all kind of demonic plays in there. And so it's just like, and just the furniture be raggedy and old and having cobwebs on it. I'm gonna find a theater somewhere. Email me the theater in your city to support, not just the name. Send the Google link to it so I can look at it and see how many people it hold. And once I go and put the deposit down and I figure out a date, I'm gonna do everything I can not to cancel that date. But y'all got to realize I'm family first. So if something big come up with my kids, I got to cancel it. So if you know that the Lord ain't worked on you, and you not emotionally intelligent, and you greedy and you selfish, don't buy down one of my tickets. Don't buy down one of them. Now, I don't have no intention to cancel it now. But if something come up with my wife or my kids, I ain't got no choice. And it don't care. I really don't care if it already made $100,000. I'll refund every single person, because I'm gonna have to be there for my family. And I'm just not the type of man to leave my wife and kids for money or for none of that right there that's edifying me or edifying other people. So I want y'all to understand that, like how some of these men who are married with kids go on these tours for 70 cities, 70 stops, and I just don't understand that. With kids under the age of 18 in the house, I don't understand how they do it. To each their own, God bless them. I can't do it. I got to be here. I want to be at every soccer practice, at every game. When they of age, when they young and it don't really matter to them, that's different. That's when I was laying the groundwork. That's when I was building my brand. But soon as Daddy, are you going to be at the game? I don't care how much money out there at a seminar. I retired from speaking in 2019. And that was 5 years ago. My son was 5 years old, my youngest. But my oldest was 13, 14. And when it started to get serious, I had to stay home. I retired from speaking. And people was talking about, oh, Tony I didn't fall off. I stepped off. Because unlike y'all single relationship coaches doing tours, giving relationship advice, I'm actually married with kids. So it knowing that I fell off, you see, I raised $500,000 in 30 days on here. It ain't that I done fell off. It's that I stepped off for my wife and kids. I could sell out any arena that I want to sell out if I give myself enough time, because I got 3.5 million people online. It ain't an arena in America that hold 3.5 million people. So even if I need to take 2 years to sell it out, I could sell it out. I don't have a desire to, because I understand my first ministry is here. And I understand that it's going to be a lot of people in there that's going to want to meet me and talk to me because they have been trained to idolize people they listen to online. And I'm going to want to give the word of the Lord, meaning the word that he has given me. It's not going to be a church service. And then walk on out the bike and go hug and kiss my wife and my son and get on a plane and come on home. And people are, oh, I want to get my book signed. Let Jesus sign your Bible when you get to see him. I got to go. So y'all understand, and I'm going to let y'all know the rules of it when I step back out there now, because it got to be done my way. I don't want to be touched by no bunch of random women and all of that. That perfume be, sometimes women be done smoke weed, come up there hugging me, they be wrapping their leg around me. I'm like, Lord, you ain't supposed to put hands on no woman. I'm about to uppercut this woman, Lord. I come out here to do your work. I'm about to go to prison. This woman wrapped her leg around me and smell like a freshly rolled blunt. I'm like, woman came up to me. Smelled like a freshly rolled blunt. And then took the picture with me and wrapped. I said, Lord, I got to go. I said, Lord, I got to go. And I'm like, Lord, why you let this woman come in here and she look like this? I'm like, if I'm finna get sexually assaulted, at least let the lady be cute. I'm like, this lady look like she come out the group home. I said, Lord, I got to go. So next time I get out there and I do a seminar, ain't nobody touching me. I got to act like Bishop Jakes on y'all with 12 armor bearers. I'm going out the bike, man. Wrapping your leg around me. But no, I'm just talking. But honestly, whenever I see the world going one way, I got to go the other. So when I see idolatry and when I see people making a living off of doing meet and greets and hugging and signing autographs, I can't be lumped in with that. I got to go the other way. And if you call it arrogant, call it what you want to call it, all that. I don't have healing power, so you ain't got to touch me. None of that. So it's different if I had the gift of healing. All right then. And even then, I'll just do that. I have that. Let that breath knock you out. But this right here, I got to go. Hey, God bless you. Y'all, take care. Let me see how to end this thing. God bless you for my phone cut off. We'll talk soon.